If we go to Portland, we're going to wipe them out. They're going to be gone, and they're going to be gone fast. They won't even stand the fight. They will not stay there. They've ruined that city. I have people that used to live in Portland. They've left. Most of them have left. But what they've done to that place is it's like living in hell.
Look, it's Portland. It's so scary.
Reporting live from war-ravaged Portland, Oregon.
I have just ordered a local beverage. I'm gonna see what all this is about. That made me transgender. This is delicious.
Shout out to the weird, wonderful people of Portland, Oregon. Of course, their city is the latest to be targeted by Trump, who threatened to send federal troops to their war-ravaged city and authorize the Secretary of Defense or War to use full force if necessary. We've seen this, of course, in cities around the country. People have pushed back against a wannabe dictator who seems really bent on using American troops against his own people. I think that people of Portland have shown us another really effective way that we can push back, and that is humor. Because when you see news like this, and it seems to happen day in, day out, these breaking headlines are pretty scary.
Breaking news out of Portland, Oregon, where President Trump has ordered troops deployed, authorizing full force if necessary. This ramps up his controversial push to use the military against domestic protesters.
Breaking news like that is enough to raise your blood pressure, and I think that's kind of the point. Almost right away, the mayor, the governor, local leaders said, let's not take the bait. And Portland, so far, has not. Instead, if you're on TikTok, you see all these videos coming across of Portlanders trolling the president and giving him the exact opposite of a pretext to crack down.
Unbelievable what's going on in Portland. The destruction of the city. Well, I'm going to look at it now because...
Reporting live from war-ravaged Portland, Oregon. Here you can see there is some kind of brain virus happening? Is this a sign of the devil? Now surely this we know goat summoning Satan. They're applying war, paint to the children. This person appears to be creating homemade weaponry. Yes, the tent cities of law.
Just announced he wants to send a whole bunch of federal troops to Portland. I have to remind you guys, it's up to us if he finds what he's looking for. He's not looking for bad guys. He's not trying to protect federal buildings. He might be looking for vegan kale chips, and if that's the case, he will find them. Quite possibly a really nice free-range omelet, but really I don't think any of those things are the things he's looking for. Because in just 6 days, the next jobs report's gonna come out. And I think it's gonna reflect what we already know. It's gonna reflect the fact that prices continue to go up, even though economic activity, job growth, and wage gains have all flattened. And it's gonna further confirm the fact that ever since Trump put his economic agenda in place this spring, his economic approval rating continues to go down and down and down until now it's well into the double digits underwater. Trump is going to Portland because he's a basic-ass politician. And like a basic-ass politician, he was just told by his top advisors that he was underwater on every single major public policy issue by double digits. But you know what the best one was? Even though he still had a 54% disapproval rating on this topic, it was crime. So he's doing what basic-ass politicians do. Play to their strengths, or in this case, play to their least shitty weakness. But he's not even going to Portland to look for crime. He's going to Portland to try to manufacture it so he can manufacture something else. A distraction. And once again, it's up to us if we're going to give it to him, which I'm not. Because by the way, have you seen the cost of a free-range omelet? I have, and I blame Donald Trump for it.
It's so true. It's a distraction. It's a distraction from everything that Rich here said and more. Maybe the Epstein files, a distraction from the actual work of governing for all Americans. This won't sound off because it's copyrighted music, but this is War by Edwin Starr. The cavalry have arrived in Portland.
I'm here in Portland, Oregon. I'm going to report on the war zone. Trump's sending in troops, and I just wanted to cover it myself. So here we go. Maybe it's in another part of Portland. Maybe I'm missing it. Hang on. Okay, it's got to be downtown. It's got to be downtown. Let's take a look. Well, maybe down this street.
I have people that used to live in Portland. They've left. Most of them have left. But what they've done to that place is it's like living in hell.
Here's a hometown hero, the Portland comedian Tim Savage. in his well-known character Squeezy.
And the hippies, yeah, this is true. They're taking over. They're in every single city park that we have. They're out of control. Over here, we have the world famous Voodoo Donuts. The lines are always crazy unless you come at like 3 in the morning. My personal favorite is the ODB, which is a donut pretty much covered in candy bars. I know for a fact you would love that one. All right, let's keep walking downtown. It's Saturday, so, you know, it's kind of chill. Oh, is that crime? Pretend you didn't see that. People running. Obviously, either running from the crime or straight to a riot. I'm down here next to this beautiful park. Right past all of these cyclists is the Justice Center. You no doubt saw a ton of videos from protests from a few years ago. I don't want to be accused of cherry picking, so let's go to where the real stuff is happening. Let's go to the ICE facility. And there it is, the war zone outside of the ICE facility in downtown Portland. And honestly, like, I don't want to get any closer to film because the last time, the person in the chicken suit would not stop giving me free cookies.
These are protesters in front of the ICE facility in Portland doing the cha-cha slide. There's one hop. A little bit to the left, a little bit to the right.
It's Pastor Adam. I am here in Portland at the ICE facility with a whole bunch of other clergy and people of faith from the Portland area and beyond to rise up and say no to ICE and yes to our fellow human beings, our immigrant siblings who are created in the image of God. You know, scripture says over and over again that we are to love the immigrant in our midst as if they are a native born. It also says, Jesus himself says, how we treat the stranger in our midst is how we treat him.
Well, here's Caitlin Collins talking to the Portland police chief about how he sees the threat and whether federal troops are required.
Do you believe having them there is necessary? Do you need them there?
No, just as you highlighted a moment ago, you know, we're talking about one city block in 145 square miles.
So for people who aren't in Portland, and what we've heard from federal officials describing what they say is the situation on the ground there, you're saying that doesn't align with what you've seen and what your officers have seen.
Correct. I mean, the city is in a tremendous state of renewal. We recognize that 20 and 21 were some tough times, but 2025, we see crime down double digits in nearly all major categories. We're seeing, you know, high return foot traffic downtown. We've hosted some of our largest conventions in the city's history this year, large-scale sporting events, et cetera. So, no, it's not lining up.
So there you have it from the police chief of Portland. One city block in a city of more than 140 square miles is where most of the protests in past months and years have happened. I'll link all the creators who gave us such lovely tours of Portland, and also I think a lesson in laughing back at the wannabe dictator who's trying to intimidate their city, and maybe some inspiration for the rest of us when this comes to our cities and towns.